Hey everyone, my name is Michael. I'm one of the co-founders here at MEGA SEO. Today we're just going to do kind of a full end-to-end walkthrough of the product just to give you a flavor of how things work. Before I jump in, just wanted to start by maybe giving a little bit of context about what we're building here. So the goal of MEGA SEO is to fully automate your SEO end-to-end. That means we want to do keyword research, we want to generate content and publish it to your blog, and we want to optimize it in real time. Now, one of the beauties of the product is everything happens even if you do nothing, but you have the ability to put a human in the loop at any step that you want. So we want to give you full control, but if your team is just strapped for time and you don't want to put any effort into SEO, we'll take care of everything and make sure that you are generating content that actually ranks. So if you're going to do things end to end, the first step is a strong content strategy. And so the way that we structure our content strategy is one, with a traditional keyword research, and two is by integrating with novel content sources. So I'll start with keyword research. Like everything in our product, we try to do it the same way that a human freelancer would do it. So the first thing that we do is we ingest your sitemap and basically just try to understand what your company does, what your site is about, and extract the seed keywords of that site. So that would be similar to a human freelancer kind of coming in, looking at your site and just figuring out like, hey, these are the key products and services that you offer, and what just like the main keywords are that you would want to rank. Then we work with an LLM to brainstorm an extremely long list of keywords. So this is where the beauty of AI comes into play, where we're able to go beyond what a human would be able to brainstorm or come up with. We're able to look at a ton of different keywords and then pull in keyword data from different sources to understand if those are good or bad keywords. So we pull in things like search volume from the Google Search API. We also pull in things like keyword difficulty and the intent of the keyword. And then we have our agent basically decide based on that data if this is a good SEO keyword or a bad SEO keyword. If it's a good SEO keyword, we add it to the list. If it's a bad one, obviously we don't. The second thing that we do is a competitor gap analysis. So we actually look at who you're competing with on search, what keywords they're ranking on that you're not ranking on, and then we add those to the keyword bank. The last way that we fill out this kind of keyword list is just manual entry. So if there's any keywords that you want to enter and rank for, you can just type them here and we will write about them. Once you have your list of keywords, which will be populated as soon as you start using the product, you can review it. And again, if you do nothing, we will kind of write about these keywords in a predetermined order. So we're basically looking at things that have high volume and low keyword difficulty and starting there and then working down the list. But if you just think like, hey, this one isn't relevant to my business, you can remove any keywords you want. Or you can prioritize any keywords. So let's say you add a keyword, it ends up coming down lower in the list. Looks like I've actually already prioritized all of these from past demos, but you can click prioritize and it will take it to the top of your content queue. So it'll be the next thing that we write about. So in addition to traditional keyword research, we also allow you to integrate with novel content sources as an infinite source of content. So how this works is you can choose as many YouTube channels as you want or as many subreddits as you want. You choose how many pieces of content you want from each source per day. And then every day we're going to loop through this collection of content and find the most popular recent content to use as source material for a blog post. And there are two reasons that this strategy is so powerful. First of all, if something is popular on YouTube or Reddit, it's typically certified interesting to your community. And so it's the type of thing that actually correlates with search intent. The second reason is that this is typically a place where people go to talk about things that are new or trending in your space. So it's a programmatic way to be picking up, again, new and interesting content, but also news and things that are not yet competitive with respect to search. The other way that we use YouTube and Reddit is actually to inform our keyword research. So we'll basically mine these sources constantly to find recurring or interesting keywords, and then put that through the same keyword research process that I talked about before. So actually taking those keywords and looking at them for volume, keyword difficulty, intent, etc., and seeing if they're a good fit for your business. So that's a way to also kind of find trending keywords before they become saturated on the web. So once we're done kind of the keyword research and content strategy part of the product, it's time to actually write content. And so just like with keyword research, we try to follow the same process that a human freelancer would follow. So essentially, like if we're going to write about any keyword, the first thing I'd hope a human freelancer would do is actually Google that keyword. So that's what we do. We Google this keyword and we first learn from top search results structurally. So we look at what are the titles they use, what are the H2s, H3s, etc. Just how are they setting up the content. Then we read through that same bank of content for content itself. So we try to learn about this keyword and actually become an expert in the space to write a compelling article. Once that kind of body of research is done, we go to the writing portion and we pass it to our team of agents to write an SEO optimized piece of content that's extremely high quality. So the first agent just brainstorms, hey, based on this bank of research, what are the most compelling articles I could possibly write? Then our next agent actually structures the article. So they come up with what's the best title, H2s, H3s. They're making sure to respect SEO best practices. So making sure that that keyword is in the title, it's in H2s, and it's used strategically throughout the article. The third agent actually writes the content. And then the fourth agent does just what I'll call SEO best practices. So it adds things like CTAs, which you can customize. It adds key takeaways. It adds FAQs, so frequently asked questions. And it adds internal links to relevant content on your site. Once this article is written, and again, you can see this is a relatively long article, you've got a few choices. So the first thing that you can do is archive this article. So that would just save it in archive. Otherwise, we integrate directly with your CMS. And so you can send this to drafts in your CMS in one click. So you can edit it there, do whatever you want with it. At that point, it's your content. Or you can publish it directly in one click. So just schedule it to publish, choose a time. This article will go live exactly as is. Or you could do either one of those two things automatically. So that means every single day, we will just automatically send all of the content that we generate to drafts in your CMS or publish it directly to your site. So that way it's completely hands-off. You don't need to do anything, and content just appears on your site every single day. One thing I forgot to mention was images. We provide images with every single one of our articles, and you can actually customize these images completely, but I'll come back to that in a little bit. So that's essentially the content writing process and some of the features that come with our content. Next, I'll go to the maintenance part of the product. So our maintenance agent, the goal of the maintenance agent is to constantly optimize your existing content and not just content that we've written. So what that means is it's trying to see how we can improve your content to rank higher on the keywords that you're targeting. For this to work, we integrate with your Google Search Console, and we use your Google Search Console data to power all of our updates. So for example, when we're trying to rank higher on a given keyword, first we look at that article, we look at what keywords is it ranking for, and then we're trying to optimize for those keywords. We've built two use cases right now, the click-through rate booster and the rank booster. For the click-through rate booster, the goal is, as the name suggests, to improve click-through rate. So what this does is it looks at articles in your Google Search Console that have a low click-through rate, and it updates the title and meta description. So I'll just open an example here. You can see before and after. You can see this is the meta title before, this is the meta title after, and then the meta description, and it's basically updating these things to take another swing at improving click-through rate for this article. The second example is the rank booster. The goal of the rank booster is to get your article to rank more highly for target keywords or for the keywords that it's already ranking on. So how this basically works is it looks at the article before, it looks at what keywords it's trying to rank for, it then Googles those keywords, looks at what the top 5 to 10 performers are doing on those keywords, and does a very similar approach to the writer agent. So it's looking at what sections do they have and comparing that to the existing article to see what are you missing that they're including. The other thing it does is it tries to go even further. So it does another swing at our open web search. So not just looking at Google, but also looking at other sources and news APIs to find additional data not just included in the top search results. It compares all of what it finds to the original article and just adds net new content to this article. So let's scroll down here to try to give you a sense. Let's see if this proves my point. So this is where the original article ends. And then this is all of the net new content that it's found and added to this article. So you can see it's a pretty solid chunk. The other things that it does as it does its update is all of the other features that we offer with our writer agent. So if it doesn't have CTAs, it will add CTAs. If the article didn't include key takeaways, it will add key takeaways. If it didn't include FAQs, it will add FAQs. And then it can also fix broken links. So if you have any broken links in the article, it can review those and remove them and replace them. If, say, you see the after article and for whatever reason you're not happy with it, maybe you find performance isn't what you expected, or there's just content in here that you don't like as much as the original, you can click here and in one click actually undo the changes and revert back to the original article. So that way, like, this is a very quick and easy process to make sure that like things are either performing better or it's easy to revert them back to what they were before. So lastly, I'm just going to do a quick tour of the settings and some of the brand controls that you have. So first of all is auto indexing, pretty self-explanatory. We push pages that are not indexed on your site to be indexed by Google to help them rank faster. Second is in the maintenance agent. The main settings here are you can choose if you only want the CTR booster or the rank booster. You can also choose to exclude featured posts or choose which categories should be exempt or focused on with respect to updates. So if you have a bunch of case studies or things that you don't want the updater to touch, you can specify those here. Then you've got our brand settings. So you can customize things like your company description, audience, writing style. You can see your CTA and basically have complete control over that here. You can add blocked words. You can specify a writing tone. So upload writing samples and we'll replicate that tone. You can upload company documents, so things like API documentation or call notes, whatever you'd like. And then we're beta testing essentially infographics, so including infographics embedded in the article. Next are the images. So we've got a bunch of preset styles here. You can see that we've preset the photorealism setting, but you can also create custom brand styles. So here you upload 5 images and we will create a custom image model for you. So things that we've tested in the past are things like uploading a bunch of Superman comics and using that to create our cover images. And then lastly, here are the CMS integrations. So these are all of the CMSs that we are integrated with, WordPress, Ghost, Webflow, HubSpot, Wix, Storyblock, and a few others. So integrating with each is relatively straightforward. You generally just create an access token from the product, and that's all you really need to get connected. So yeah, that's an end-to-end kind of overview of the product. The other thing that we do offer is a fully managed solution. So in addition to our product, we can fully take over your blog and manage it for you. So if that's something you're interested in, we can also provide that service. Otherwise, if you have any questions, please feel free to book a live demo. You can go to megaseo.ai/demo, or you can shoot me an email anytime at ralph@megaseo.ai. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'd love to work with you.